It can be difficult to get out of a slump sometimes. There is no motivation to work, go out, or exercise. For a few months, I was pushing out videos weekly and it started to wear me out. I was starting to treat YouTube like work and not something I wanted to create with a story to tell. A few weeks ago, I decided to be more deliberate with my content by only pushing out things I am really passionate about or if I wanted to get a message out. This also means filtering out a lot of the nonsense or curating the channel in a way to flow better. I have more than 20 video ideas ready to go, but none of them are developed. A slump and an intent to create quality over quantity content means it's difficult to find motivation and start on something. I'm getting too easily distracted or procrastinating. And the biggest hurdle of all was the feeling of being overwhelmed by the workload I was putting on myself. That's when I realized I need to start small, specifically by setting smaller targets. As a freelance filmmaker, I'm involved in a variety of different genres of filmmaking. While my preferred role is to always shoot something by being behind the camera, on occasion I have to take up small gigs like editing or event photography to make a few bucks. I worked on a documentary earlier this year, and the same creators of that show are working on another documentary. While most of it has been shot so far, my involvement in this project has primarily come in the form of a transcriber. Essentially, I'm helping to translate from one language to another. It is, for sure, a different role compared to anything I have taken up before and provides some novelty to my work life. But the work is extremely tedious and uses practically no brain power. I just listen in Hindi and type in English. I was terrible at managing my time with this work earlier on because translating each line of dialogue is incredibly boring and mind-numbing. In order to do this work efficiently, I had to come up with a way to keep myself engaged. Basically, I needed to enter a flow state. For that, I set 20-minute timers. This method helped to keep me engaged in the work because I was putting myself in a simulated time limit. Another objective was also to see how much work I can get done within 20 minutes. I didn't even realize when the first timer went off. I had entered flow state. Without hesitation, I hit repeat and continued working with the momentum I had achieved. Another 20 minutes went by, another repetition of the timer. By the third alarm, I had completed an hour of focused work. I could have gone on. In fact, I felt like I could push on. But I forced myself to take a break. I didn't want to burn out when I was finally finding a rhythm with work that was otherwise really cumbersome. Because I was tracking my progress, doing an hour of work also helped outline a clear direction of just how quickly I can complete transcribing videos. Meaning, whenever I got a future project, I could immediately extrapolate that data to figure out how long it'll take me to complete the new task. After a while, I did not even need the timers. I was able to track my progress mentally and achieve that consistency that way. A project that would have probably spanned across a reluctant 2 to 3 days, I was able to complete in a day's work, freeing up my time or allowing me to receive more projects. Of course, more projects means more earnings. Essentially, the objective to beat procrastination would be to find a healthy balance between a task that is too challenging and too easy. By setting small targets, you are able to get motivation because the goals are more attainable. When you start feeling like you are getting a sense of accomplishment through this positive reinforcement, it encourages you to go on and reduces the feeling of pressure of the big task ahead of you. Adjusting the parameters of the task to make it just challenging enough without overstimulation or overwhelming you, that's the sweet spot. One thing that has really helped me out as an artist is that setting small targets has allowed me to be, or at least feel, more creative. And that's not something I can ever risk losing. While I haven't been able to post these types of videos regularly, and with not wanting to restrict myself to just one genre of videos here on YouTube, I recently started a new segment on this channel with my 2-minute reviews. Definitely subscribe to see more. A lot of exciting things lie ahead. All said and done, sometimes all you need to do is just start. Forget any of these methods and whatnot strategies to beat procrastination. Because sometimes when you simply start and when you find momentum, that carries you forward more often than not. So don't be too hard on yourself if you don't always succeed. Life is all about learning and improving, and failing is a part of the process. Go easy on yourself and don't always be in a push, push, push mode. Maybe grab a donut. I know it's unhealthy, but I think I deserve a treat. So why the heck not? I'll see you in the next video.